Hello, my name is Carx82 and welcome back to my Gregtech New Horizons series. I have gone ahead and updated the server, so I am now running on the new update. And yeah, last episode we left off and I dropped the miner on, I forget where it was, Vega or something like that, and I let the miner completely finish what it was mining. And then I updated the server. I didn't want to have this running as I updated. I don't think anything would have happened, but you never know. So yeah, we are running on the new update, and taking a look really quick. Looks like we got 4,400 affinity catalyst dust from that, so that was a pretty good. Worked out pretty well. And awakened zirconium. I ended up getting about 1,200 from those chunks. So I'm trying to, I think I had the miner in there and then I went out. So I think I did about it. I think it was a 7x7 that I was drilling up. I can't remember exactly. I think I had, yeah. So I had like a chunk loader there, a chunk loader here, and a chunk loader there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 7x7. So 49 chunks. And we got 1,200 from that. So not terrible at all. But yeah. I was going to craft up the circuits, but I decided why not just let's update the server and check out some of the changes. And there are quite a lot of changes. The two biggest things are the circuits. So there is a new circuit assembly line. It's going to look exactly like the assembler. This one is up to 7 slices though. And every circuit assembly line can only have one circuit made on it. So looks like we're going to be crafting up a whole bunch of the assembly lines for each of the different circuits. So they're used for the they're used for a crystal and above. So we look at this craziness. If you want to do it in the circuit assembler, you only have you get 1 out of 64 of each thing, which is absolutely crazy. So you're gonna want to build the assembly line for the circuits. We can also do this way, which I think, can't remember if I had switched over to that. Let me check that really quick. Did I? Actually, I don't think I did, because I didn't have a upgraded circuit assembly. No, I didn't. Did I? No, I didn't. I hadn't upgraded my circuit assembly machine, but now I have, so we can actually upgrade that. So that is one of the big things, the changes. I should maybe, I don't know, make a note of some of this stuff. So actually got that. It was the Tier 8 rockets. I'm probably not going to do these the moment. I'll leave that open. I mean, the only reason I was really pushing for those dynamos because I don't want any explosions. So like kind of having to baby these a bit so they don't go up. And they're actually not running at the best. I mean, they're not being super efficient. But it's not like the end of the world. So I don't know. I'll leave those on there for now, but I don't think it's a huge thing. But how about let's see. So the circuit assembly line we're going to need to build. Assembly line is one of the big things. The other huge, I don't know how much it's going to affect me because I'm not really crafting these up right now, but the LUV machine hull has completely changed. So it used to be chrome, now it is this rhodium plated palladium. And yeah, this is like a whole thing now. Different looks like you can do all these different gases in it, and it has slower cooking times. This is an MV recipe though, so it's going to be like super overclocked with the heat and the time. So I have no idea how fast that's going to be. But this is rhodium. That is like a new dust that I don't have. I'm pretty sure I don't have any of that. Yeah. So if I need to make LUV machine hulls or any of those things, that has changed. The LUV components looks like they have changed. Let's look at like the motor. If we look at the motor, it used to be osmiridium. Osmiridium is no longer the metal for these wires. It's now ruridit, however you say that, not sure. So this is gotten from mixing ruthenium and iridium. You get that. So that has changed. And then, yeah, there's different ores you get it from. So a whole lot of stuff here. Like, where is this from? Everglades. May have to go drop a miner in there. Yeah, because there's like a whole new platinum thing, I believe, isn't there? I don't even, not sure. All right, so platinum ore, you're gonna mine up the platinum ore, and I don't think it gives. That says platinum. Crush platinum ore. Maybe it doesn't spawn anymore. Does it not spawn anymore? No, it still spawns. Interesting. So this is the kind of stuff I need to kind of figure everything out. So crush platinum, centrifuge platinum. All right, so here it is. I would get regular metal before. Now you get this metallic powder dust, and this, I'm pretty sure, yeah, like, that's not fun. 3 of that to 2 nuggets, that's not fun. But now there's like a whole thing you can do where you mix it with this or any of these. There's even this. You don't have to mix it with anything. And then you get tiny platinum residue dust and platinum concentrate. And then you do all this craziness, mix it with ammonium chloride. And yeah, as we can see, there is a whole lot of things now to go ahead and get platinum. But I did mine up a ton of platinum. All right, so that is another thing that needs to probably be changed. I need to change the crystal circuit. We just looked at that recipe. All right, so let me, yeah. Trying to think. I don't even know where to start because a lot of this stuff I have a feeling is broken. A lot of these recipes are now, like, all my circuit stuff are probably broken at the moment. Although these are probably the same. The ones below that, it's just crystal and up, I think. So like the nano, I'm assuming the nano is basically, you can do it in the assembly line or you could do it, yeah, I think that's, we're doing this, what, nope. All right, so that's changed as well. If I want to do the AUC electrum and the platinum bolts, I'm going to have to put that through the circuit assembler. All right, so that broke that. All my circuits are basically broken, it looks like. There's the old recipe, but we switched to the new one, but the new one has been nerfed. So if you want to do that one, you have to do it in the circuit assembler. All right, okay. So I think that's probably maybe something we want to start working towards right away, the circuit assembler. The other thing that has changed is the oh my goodness, I just totally blanked right there. Oh, yeah, the circuits. Now, if you wanted, we'll have to do these things, and it's kind of weird with the thing like over it. I don't know. Those look a bit strange to me with the thing over it. I don't know. Like, why is there like the netting over it? Why not just have that like that? Anyway, so if we want to get these things, we have to basically you get in the circuit assembly line, you get a whole like huge amount as opposed to doing one at a time, which is pretty cool. So these large recipes are going to be much quicker, but we're going to have to get recipes for all these. So like it looks like we can't craft up one at a time anywhere. So the, what is they? The micro, is that what they're called? Micro, yeah, these. So these are what I use for all the circuits for my machines, but all right, so this is still the same. All right, so that one hasn't changed, but yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to like go through all these and kind of figure out what to do. I mean, we could do this, but then we're talking like 50 assembly lines we're gonna have to build up. All right, yeah, so like I said, I think working towards that is probably the first thing we want to do. Now, to progress here, I'm going to be wanting to do the next thing I want to craft up for progression. Obviously, we have these. I'm not rushing to do these at the moment. But just to kind of keep it in the back of my mind to maybe work towards is we want Infinity Catalyst, which is going to be this crazy recipe, which no thanks, or the Neutronium Compressor. So 64 of those equal one of these, and then this with some Cosmic Neutronium and some diamonds and other stars gets you the ingot. So this crazy awesome, like top tier metal. So this is kind of also something I want to be working towards. So the Neutronium Compressor requires a whole bunch of UV stuff and black plutonium and bedrockium and neutronium. I mean, we have all this stuff now. So yeah, this is also kind of maybe something to start thinking about. Now, what is this thing? Infinite magneto-resonate circuit? What on earth is all this craziness? So yeah, that's a little above our... This is the next tier. So yeah, let me cut here. I know I've been talking for a while, but there's a lot to kind of digest here and kind of figure out what I want to start doing for this episode. All right, I think let's get kind of started on these circuit assembly lines. So we got to actually craft the controller, we have to put the advanced one in a scanner. Now, thankfully, I do have one from before, because if I didn't, that would be an issue because all these components have changed. So kind of lucking out with that. And I got a data stick there. Let's go throw this in here. Get that going. Now, the circuit assembly line is actually not as big as the other one was. I thought they were crafted up the exact same way. So the 4 layers, and then I wasn't looking forward to these assembler machine casings because I know they have all those circuits in them, but it looks like this one is only 3 tall, so it doesn't have that like top it doesn't have these in them. It does have these assembly line casings, but I think it's only going to be 3 tall here. So just looking at this, the bottom is steel machine casing, input bus, steel machine casing. All right, so that's the same. That's going to be like these 3 in a row. So solid steel machine casing, input bus, and then that. And then obviously we need the maintenance hatch and stuff there. So that is basically the same. Now the EV, or the middle, is the assembly line casing, and it says EV plus tier glass. So I'm gonna have to make some of that glass. So good time to kind of start getting that recipes for all those glasses in for when we are looking at crafting up the mega blast furnace. That just reminds me, I should check to see if the mega freezer is working now. All right, so that's going to be the glass. We need to do the find them, all the different glass. Where are you? Here they are. So we need at least EV, nickel. All right, so that's the base one is HV. So we just need the EV. Now the question is, I'm guessing, I don't know, I would have to test this out, but if I want to run the, say, circuit assembly line at UV, would I need UV glass? I don't know. It doesn't say. It just says EV plus tier glass. So I'm not sure if that determines what tier it runs at. Because I'm pretty sure the mega, it says somewhere on there, like, the glass limits the energy input tier. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's the same with the circuit assembler. So yeah. And then the top layer is the great machine casing or the controller. So I think it's going to look, it's going to be like this, and then there's going to be one row up the top, I think. All right, so let's get this. That was quick. Let's take a look at what we're kind of looking at here with this. Now let's take that out and put that in there. All right. So we're gonna need another one of those. I just scanned it, so that's a bit of a pain. We're going to be crafting these a few times, so it's probably a good idea to get this made into a recipe here. But we're going to have to get the components, and the components have totally changed. So I thought maybe we could get around not having to craft up those new components, but it looks like we are gonna have to get some of this stuff. Now, that one, let's do, I don't think this works, does it? No. LUV, oh, here we are. All right, so that's the same. I'm assuming those are all the same. It's just the pump that's basically changed, it looks like. Although that is the thing. Did it need circuits? Or did it need the robot arms? Needs 4 of those. Alright, so, man, I'm gonna have to craft. Okay, that seems crazy. Well, that's the old recipe, isn't it? Alright, again, here we are trying to figure out. I feel like that's not. So can you only use these parts for this now? I feel like they're not rotating. I mean, am I really gonna have to craft up these super old like circuits before because I have no circuit assembly line. Oh, all right. Emitter. That's gonna need these circuits as well. Yeah, that's not rotating anymore. Like, that's not showing. I don't have to craft up these. I mean, that is insane. If I have to use these mainframes instead of like the better circuits. That just makes these like so much more expensive, like crazy more expensive. If I can't even use the better circuits, like that makes no. I mean, I don't know about that. What about ZPM? Is ZPM? Yeah, like it doesn't look like these are or dictionaried anymore, and I don't know if that's intentional or is that broken. Because that has just broken all my recipes, basically. Every single component is broken now because I use the best circuits I can in there. All right, I'm going to need to do some testing here because that seems kind of crazy. That these wouldn't be or dictionaried. I don't know if it's just do I need to like learn the recipe? I don't know. Let me do some testing here and we will come back. All right, so I've been doing some kind of looking around, and I also found another pretty big change, and that is in regards to all the different fluids that we are using for, or gases, I should say, to smelt up all these ingots. Now, neutronium, I used to do, I forget, argon, I think, was what we were smelting with neutronium. So I wanted to test to see if the vacuum freezer was working. And I put some neutronium and looked at the time, and it has actually gone up to 618 seconds. And I thought, okay, that's a little crazy. That has actually gotten longer. And if you look at the recipe now, and it looks like this is for most of the recipes, there is multiple different types of gases that you can use. So we got that one, radon, xenon, krypton, argon, neon, and helium. And as we can see, helium is the longest. It's probably the easiest to make, and then there's, as you kind of go through them, you get faster and faster. So this one is the fastest. I believe, yeah, it needs this. So it needs 2 fusion reactor recipes to get there. I mean, I have both of these, that's easy enough. Mix it with calcium. Yeah, so I mean, it's not difficult to make, but it uses 1,000 per ingot. So if you're doing like 100 ingots, that is a ton of this stuff. So don't know about that. But it looks like this has changed for most of the ingots. So we got like argon and neon and all that stuff. So radon, if we do radon with the thing, it now has 104 recipes that it can do. And it's 3 recipes like per. Is it 3 or 4? Yeah, it's so it has 30-something recipes in the blast furnace for radon. But basically, it looks like we can replace just all the fluids with just radon. That's all we need. I think. Because it can cook everything now. So instead of like struggling with all the different input hatches and all the different things, I think we can just get rid of the helium and the argon and switch it out with radon. Because I believe, let's look at this again really quick. Radon is the second best, it looks like. Yeah, that's the recipe we used to do. Now there is this one. All right, so that's another big change that we're gonna have to do here. And I did test the assembly line to see if these recipes worked with the OR dictionary circuits, and thankfully they actually do. So with like the robot arm, it's not cycling through the different things, but you can use, I used crystal, the crystal thing, and then I just cheated them in to test and then deleted the robot arm. But it does work with that. So that makes that a little bit better. But getting these circuits in the first place, now that we have updated, is, yeah, that's another, is it really gonna make me do this? Is that really what this wants? To craft one of these before I can craft up? That seems like absolutely insane. It needs 4 robot arms. And the robot arms need 2 of these. So I need 8 of the... Oh my goodness. Should I just do the mainframes? I mean, I guess those will be cheaper. Ish, I guess. I mean, see, that's a normal recipe. Maybe that's kind of what... Maybe it's you're supposed to do until we can build the... All right, I think that's, I guess, what we'll do. So we'll do the LUV mainframes, and then we'll do... I could probably do... I don't think... Is quantum changed? All right, see, we can do this. These are the old recipes, though. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to like go back and get... gonna change this, because we're not gonna do that. All right, so yeah, I guess we're gonna have to kind of like go back and use some of the older stuff until we can craft the higher tier circuits. That feels just kind of bad. We have to like digress a bit here. All right, but first of all, we need motors, and we need this Ruridit, whatever it's called, and that comes from ruthenium. Is it ruthenium? This stuff, which comes from this, I guess. Is this the only way you can get this? Ruthenium? It looks like it. It's the only way to get it from this dust, and then you dehydrate this to get this. And then this is in the Everglades, I guess. It says the Everglades. All right, so let me go fly to Vega, or whatever, grab the miner, and I guess we'll meet over in the Everglades. All right, and new thing that is broken. I had forgotten about this, but the industrial extrusion machine has been fixed to actually require a certain amount of casings. I think I could have sworn I heard the number you needed is dropped. It's not 28, but it's definitely more than I have on there right now. So that is something I'm gonna have to fix as well. So quite a few things have been broken. I just kind of threw a extruder right there, and we'll just have to kind of worry about that in due time. So much stuff. Basically, I needed the tape, but that is broken for the moment. So if any of the maintenance hatches like need maintenance or whatever, the auto ones, it's kind of broken at the moment. Anyway, let me go grab the miner. All right, we are in the Everglades, and thankfully the scanner actually works in the Everglades now. It did not before, but it does. So yeah, a couple things. I did notice Cassionite was one of the things I needed, and Erosite was the other one that we need for the new material. So I need to kind of, I mean, everything, like, okay, so which one is which? I guess we check this one out without dying. It rains in here too. I forgot about that. So I gotta be careful with the rain, and we're being shot at and all sorts. What is with this like crazy, like, what is even going on here? I feel like I have like really strong magnets on, and I don't know why. That's the weirdest thing. Alright, so that... yeah, like, where's all this stuff coming from? Right now, it doesn't want to... right now, it doesn't want to work. Wonder if... that was weird, because it did work. I gotta figure out what is going on with this, like, where is this magnetic stuff coming from? Let me run out and this, because it did work. We saw it. Yeah, alright, so there it goes. Uh-oh, are we crashing? I feel like we may be crashing. Alright, it didn't crash, but having problems with the thing opening up again. But I kind of just ran around until I was clicking on the ground, and there we go, we have the Aurora site ore. And by the way, was I running around with the magnet on me? And I just didn't realize that? Is that why stuff was pulling to me? That's funny. I think, well, I had that on when I flew to the planet. So that's probably what was causing that stuff to be drawn to me. Yeah, I'm gonna throw this down, and then we'll see what kind of, how much we get from this, because I believe the miners actually have been nerfed as well. The fortune bonus has been nerfed. I'm not sure if it's for the ores as well, or is it just the small ores? Because, I mean, it is true that you got like thousands of dust from small ores, so they probably need to be adjusted a bit. But I kind of hope it's not too... hasn't been nerfed too much. Because at this point, I don't really want to have to worry too much about resources. Kind of just want to drop the miner and be good for a long time. Right, and there. So I guess we'll just do that and see what we get from here. Yeah, it's dropping. Unfortunately, they don't have... oh god. Gotta get out of here. I'm just aggroing them all. You run! Anyway, we'll, yeah. Oh god. We're gonna die. I think we're good. Yeah. I gotta set up some chunk loaders for that, and then we'll come back and see what we get. All right, quick update. I've run this thing about 3 times, and it is refusing to mine the ores. I stayed in the dimension, and it didn't work, and I left the dimension, it didn't work, and I had it chunk loaded, and I had this issue before, but I seem to remember just staying in the dimension, and it worked. So I'm really not looking forward to manually doing this, but... Right, there's the Aerosite ore. I'm wondering if I can... Yeah, because I really want the fortune bonus on this stuff. Conium. I don't know what these veins look like. Or like, because there's no... I don't think there's like an any ore. I just want a few of these because I'm thinking worst comes to the worst. I'm not about to sit here and mine 50. Didn't I mine that? Thought I did. Maybe I can get the dust and replicate it. Because I mean, that's kind of... Parasite. Yeah, unfortunately we can't get that from that, but if we can get the, yeah, rhodium, yeah, so we can replicate that, so that's good. Cashinite as well, but if it's not gonna mine, that's not gonna... What else do we get from this? Titanium. Yeah, see, we can replicate this, and it's not actually that expensive. Maybe it's time to invest in a faster replicator, but yeah, maybe we'll do that. I don't know. I'm going to see if I can get this to mine up these ores, because I feel like it should. They may be just not... Maybe they haven't been registered with the miner, or I really don't know how it works, so I'm just kind of totally making stuff up there. But anyway, this is about wrapping up point for this episode. Obviously, didn't get almost anything done today. Just kind of taking a look at all the changes, and there are quite a few. So it's just going to take me some time to kind of get a handle on where to go here. So we'll come back next episode and see if we can make a bit more progress into some of the, probably the assembly line. That's the main thing I need to get sorted out, and I'm gonna sort out all my blast furnaces since it looks like we can basically get rid of all the different the gases, which is a really cool change, I think. But anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode, so thanks for watching and have a good one.